What's good, guys and girls of YouTube? My name is Justin Omoi. I'm here with a quick video for you guys and girls about FL Studio's video player, as well as how to basically film or score a clip, audio clip in FL Studio. So let's go into the channel rack. This is going to be the first place where we will first add in. So go to right click, insert, and then find over here in visual, Fruity Video Player. Now, if you do not see the video player plugin, that is possibly because you do not have version 12.3 of FL Studio. In that case, update your FL Studio and you'll be good. So back to here with the video player. Once you'll get it, you'll have to import your video. So to do that, you could click this folder here and then find your clip. For me, it's called B-Ball Test. I basically already opened it. You just double click it and it'll just drop in. Now let me talk to you about the options here because it's not too hard to understand. Starting over here, this is the volume knob. You could control the volume of the sound that is coming out of here. Very useful if you want to just, lower it down, reduce it, and see how the sounds you're working with compares. Or you could indefinitely just mute the audio here. Next, going along to the left, we have the stop, the play button, which will let us play the clip like this. Cool. And then we can hit stop again to go back to the beginning, or we could click this to drag back. We also have a loop, which will just keep playing after you hit the end of the video. So if I go around here, hit play, notice how it loops. I don't know why about the whole thing there. So yeah. And then over here, let me turn this off. This is set playback to host. Now this, we definitely need this, especially when it comes to scoring. Over here, we have a drop down arrow for plugin options. We can enable the audio, aka mute the audio if you want. If you don't know what this button here does, you can just click this, all right? It's a pointless thing. We could dock the control panel. The control panel is everything you see here. Keep aspect ratio is going to keep the ratio of the video. If you don't understand it, it would be best to just keep the aspect ratio. And lastly, time display. Don't confuse this with your actual FPS. This is just showing you the timing. So this right now is set onto hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds. These sympathies and SMPTE things, you don't really gotta worry about it, to be honest. But yeah, notice right here, 002, and I click play, it just drops to 0 because it's like a different time playback. I'll just hit play and notice it change. So you see how it changed? It added that millisecond stuff. It's pointless unless you really care about it. Now, last but not least, we have these little buttons here, right? And over here, this is going to be your trim. Let's say, hey, I don't want to start at 0. I want my score to start at right here when I drop the ball. If you click here, it'll cut off this side and you'll automatically be starting over here no matter what you do, like in terms of playback over here to host, which I'll go over. And lastly, this one right here does the same thing there. Now, if I go in here in the playlist, notice it just snapped over here. If I hit play, notice how it just loops that little piece. That's because, one, we have the playback to host. So when I play in the playlist, it'll play the video here. The reason why it's playing here is because, again, the trim, which I should change, which I will change. And the same thing could be done over here. So if I click here, notice it'll stop. Now if I go back in the playlist and I hit play, notice. Cool. Now you may have seen this. There is a problem that we go only up to like here and it starts back. That is because the playlist only has the first bar enabled. What we can do is double click here and we can extend this to however long we want. And because this video clip is only 12 seconds, after we pass the 12-second mark up here, so let's say right here, after we pass this 12 seconds, it will cut off. Notice it cut off. So if I go in the middle here, notice it will be 6.8. It's right here at 6.85. So the same thing occurs here. Alright guys, here I have a audio clip and a automation clip that I made for the audio clip, so it fades up. If you want to learn about automation, you can click over here on this I button And lastly, I have a pattern right here with a MIDI input. This is a MIDI note for Contact 5. Cool. So yeah, that's the MIDI note. So if I go back to the video player and we hit play in the playlist, pretty cool, huh? So yes, there's many different type of possibilities that you could do within this. It's basically endless. I'm just showing you the easiest of the easiest things, to be honest. The clip I'm using here, by the way, guys and girls, is from my friend Deialmo. If you want, you could click the I button to go to his SoundCloud. Also, the links will be in the description. He makes very good cinematic stuff. I mean, very good cinematic stuff, as well as beats. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. So shouts out to the homie Deialmo. Give him a, shout out in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that is basically all that I could show you. One last thing I could show you, by the way, actually, is that we could take this VST plugin right here. We could actually track it into another track in the insert. So let's say, hey, we want the original track and we want to have a reverb in it. So notice the bounce of the ball, the sound of the bounce of the ball. I'm gonna mute this real quick. And I'll just, make sure everything's good. I'll just bring this back. Now watch this. When I hit play over here, notice the ball. You hear how it has the reverb effect in it? In comparison, I'll just turn it off. So you see that? So yes, and what we can do in the end is actually render out the audio that we use in the video and have a reverb for it if you want. You could turn on off automations, whatever you wish you could do. Its possibilities are endless. And that's basically it. So thank you for watching this video. Be sure to thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it. If you wish, you could subscribe to the channel because I'll be teaching you guys and girls all about music and terminology and literature, all that jazz when it comes to music as well as art. And yeah, that's basically it. Oh, if you want, you can subscribe to my social links. Don't forget Deialmo, the homie Deialmo. And yeah, over here is subscribe to my channel. I make beats, I make artist music, I make, tutorials like this one right here. And yeah. So with all that being said, peace. I'm out.